In this mini console war, there's a clear winner.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them. Collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. How did Evercade do it? It's very simple, guys. They followed principle, and I mean foundational rules of business. And that led them to be the leaders, I think, in this mini console war that we have. If anything, as far as reputation, right? They did what they said they were going to do, basically, by doing some things, by executing some things very, very well. The first of them being messaging. The reason I wanted to make this video is for you to analyze different companies and look at their messaging, at their execution, so in the future, if you decide to invest in a company, not Evercade, because I'm not saying that they're available for investment or anything like that, but for you to analyze different companies maybe in the future you want to invest in, not financial advice. So let's look at what they did right in order to win this race. Number one, messaging.
And messaging is so very important. When you're looking at a product to promote, if you can't explain it to a child, then you're probably in trouble, because you're not going to be able to explain it to an investor that can understand it clearly and want to invest in your business. So this is very important. Their messaging is simple. Physical retro games are expensive. We are offering a cheaper alternative. That's it. Very simple.
And they did that. The entry point is low, the cartridges are low. You can just get them and have fun. You can buy them for your dad, you can buy them for your kid, and it's a very simple solution to a problem. Can you say the same things about the Polymega or the Amico? Can you explain them to a 12-year-old? Rather simply, no. Messaging in the Polymega was mixed at first. It was going to be FPGA. It turned out not to be FPGA. It's emulation, and it wasn't what it wasn't at the end. It wasn't what they said it was going to be at the beginning.
Messaging for the Polymega, you're going to start going uphill in roller skates, because your argument is going to have to be, why buy this console at $500 when you can buy an Xbox Series X, put it in developer mode, and have an emulation machine that also plays Xbox games, and you have the availability of the Game Pass. That just kills this console right out the gate. This is a very niche market, so they're going uphill with this product. In addition, they released so many modules that they had to explain when they should have just concentrated on the core console, improve it, lower the cost, and maybe try to build from that. Do one thing, do it well, and then move on to the next, like the Evercade did.
The Intellivision Amico messaging.
The messaging for the Intellivision Amico has been derailed. If you look at what they've actually said on paper, on the internet, on their website, on their YouTube channel, it's actually decent. But all that work has actually been derailed by the CEO and his presence all over the internet, making all kinds of statements.
Bruh.
Especially against Nintendo, these are the kinds of misstatements that people remember and tend to stick, that directly affect how the company is viewed. So the messaging has gone south, to the point that there's a man that takes off his shirt, giving the CEO advice, and if you ask most people, they would agree with a man that takes off his shirt for $50. That's a terrible place to be in when it comes to your messaging. So you see, what Evercade did was avoided the mistakes that the competition made. They stayed slow and steady and got to the end.
The other thing that they did, like I said, is do one thing, do it well, move on to the next. They started with a small console, and then they transferred those processes to another console, into other ventures. They took the criticism that they got from finalized release products and acted on those. They used not only YouTubers, but their customers' feedback as extra quality controls in order to improve their system. What did they ask for? What did the YouTubers ask for? What did the customers ask for? They asked for button mapping and they asked for arcade games. That's it. Simple. But you can only do that with finished products. You don't know, the Polymega being 3 years old, you don't know what that's going to be. The Amico, it's not even released. You don't know. We don't even know if it's going to be released. So they kept it simple. They delivered. They were consistent. And most of all, they did what they said they were going to do. It doesn't get simpler than that, guys. And those are the things that you need to look for in companies that you're looking to invest in. Simplicity, execution, consistency. That's how they won this. If you look at, for example, the YouTube presence of the Evercade as opposed to the other consoles, you can see that when you bring them up, it's a bunch of reviews by YouTubers. They all have different opinions. But basically it's this. They either like it or they say, well, it works, but it's not for me. Both of them are good, right? Because the product works. It's just not the type of game they like. I think I only saw one negative review in the whole search that I did on YouTube, and that's a great thing. That's word of mouth. If you look at their engagement on Twitter, it's all positive for the most part. It's all customer reactions to playing the games, and that's really what you want. The other companies don't have that because they don't have a product that has been released or playable. They were first out of the gate. And what did I say in my other video, right? When you're going to invest, there's only very few tools that you have. You can be smarter than everybody else, you can cheat, or you can be first. Evercade, I'm sure, has very smart people, but there's always somebody smarter. Nobody should cheat in the console wars because you'll end up like the like the chameleon. But the one thing they did, they were first and they delivered, and that's where they beat everybody else. Take that into account when you are looking for companies that you might be interested in, that might be worth a little sprinkle of your change. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.